Welcome, everyone. This is our very first episode of the Friendship Formula.
We have been best friends for 32 years, and we are figuring this YouTube thing out as we go.
Thanks for being part of the start.
We're here to talk about friendship, because a lot of times friendships don't even last 5 years. Friendships go through breakups, marriages, children, and sometimes silence, and they don't last. But ours has lasted for 32 years. And going strong. And we're here to talk about it.
And we're here to tell you how that happened.
That's right. That's right. So my name is Lisa.
My name is Katie.
And we've been friends for 32 years. And who knows? Someday, I know, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Some days we want to call it quits, but we don't, because we always come back, right? Mm-hmm. And we are fully aware how lucky we are to have maintained the friendship that we have for all this time.
And the rareness that comes along with it.
That's
you will
right.
rarely find a friendship that lasts 32 years.
That's right. So today we're going to talk about how it all got started and how we met. And in each subsequent episode, we are going to talk about the trials and tribulations that we've gone through in 32 years as friends. We have been there to support each other. We've been there through the best times and the worst of times in each of our lives. So, yeah, let's talk about it, Katie. How did we meet?
And even the silent times, I want to say, coming back together. That's really important in this extension of a friendship. Because there are going to be times in 32 years where you're going one way, they're going one way, but when you get together, you're still as one. So clearly, I'm the younger, prettier one, which is okay.
Whatever.
I mean, that's just
no, it's fine. It's fine.
So how
we will agree to disagree.
How we met. So I was 19.
I was 28.
Yep. I was engaged to get married. Not that that has anything to do with it, but it will in the long run. And I was looking for a new Taekwondo studio. And I found one. And Lisa was
a student there.
Were you a red belt?
I can't remember.
Belt? And
it's 32 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, right. She was very intimidating to me, obviously, because she was much better than me, very strong, and I was none of those things. So
that's a lie. She was.
I think the openness of how we became such good friends, which maybe a lot of you women can relate with, started with gossip. We gossiped about other people who were in the Taekwondo studio with us because obviously we're perfect. So we did bond over a lot of gossip and a lot of joking and maybe a little bit of mean humor, but let's face it, we're women. That's what we do.
That's true.
So that's kind of how it all started from there. I'm not sure what Lisa's first impressions were of me, but my first impressions of her was that's where I want to be as far as my sport of Taekwondo.
Yeah, you nailed it. So it's funny because I had been attending this Taekwondo school for quite a while at that point. I don't know what rank I was. And then one day, if there were potential students that wanted to come in, right? Generally what they would do is come in and they would kind of view a class, maybe different classes on different nights, right? They might come in once or they might come in 2 or 3 times. But I just know that, I got there this one night for class and there was this young lady sitting there with her fiance.
Blonde and beautiful.
And and so she watched the whole class. And then I think maybe at the end, I don't even know if we met that day. I think we probably did. Mm-hmm. But she obviously talked to our chief instructor, who happened to be my former brother-in-law and still is. And I think that even after that one visit is when you decided to sign up.
Yeah, so I decided to sign up. My fiance at the time signed up. He took one class and he quit. I was very intimidated because the school I had come from, they didn't really fight. This school fought. That means that
sparring.
Sparring. This school sparred. That means you spar your friends. Don't care how close you are. Doesn't matter. Which also brought us closer together because when we got in that sparring match together, we were no longer friends.
Just for those 2 or 3 minute rounds.
We were out to win. Not out for blood because that's not how we roll. But we were out to win. And even with that, we maintained this, okay, you won, good job. It got to a point where we knew each other, our methods well enough where we could go rounds and rounds and rounds and neither of us would win because we fought each other so much that it was, we knew each other too well at that time. As the years had gone on. We had been to many other schools for tournaments or for black belt classes where the women in that studio did not fight each other, which we thought was ridiculous, because if you're in it to win it, you got to fight whoever you got to spar, whoever you need to spar. So that also really compounded our friendship, as in, okay, we can do this through thick and thin and still support each other. Like, I want to win. I want to beat you.
As do I.
Right. I want to beat you. But then if you beat me and you move on to somebody else, now I want you to win.
Right.
So we had that. What would you call that?
I think just a support, and like we were both after the same things, but we also understood it was a sport, right?
It was a sport.
It's not like we were getting paid for it or anything like that. It's just pure enjoyment. And I think that, being able to get in the ring with each other and do that kind of thing and just, like spar or whatever, and still remain friends. I mean, it is what it is. It was,
right.
You're there to learn Taekwondo.
And I think we're both very competitive. Yeah. So that actually worked in our favor in order to see the other person's side as far as, okay, I get they want to win, but I want to win too. Yeah. But then at the same time, if they do beat me, I take that as, you beat me fair and square.
Yeah.
And then we did many, many travels in our Taekwondo: Atlantic City, Ontario, Ohio, lots
other
of different places that we would travel together, which obviously strengthened our friendship. This was before I was married, before I had kids or anything like that. So that was pretty much the beginning of our friendship that just grew from that and was the beginning.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, we are literally, with all that being said, we're highlighting, I don't even know how many years we both were at that Taekwondo school together, right?
Well, let's see. So I, probably 7 years.
Really?
Well, because I kept going after.
That's probably, that's true. That's true. And I had probably been there a few years before you
had been there a few years. Because I feel like I was.
Because I did it for 10 years total.
And I was a red belt when I started. I think you were a green. No, I think you were the same as me. Because we black belt tested together.
That we did.
Yes.
That we did. That was a day. So
stressful.
That's how we became friends. Let me put it like this. That's how we met and started our friendship. And like she said, that went on through years. Obviously, that wasn't the only contact, right? We finally talk on the phone and, that type of thing. And then just kind of in this Taekwondo school, we had many activities. We did a lot of things as a Taekwondo community. So besides the tournaments that we traveled to together, we did fundraisers for charity. We had poker parties. We had poker parties. Let's talk about that. There's one. But to the point of, hopefully we haven't bored you with the Taekwondo stuff. But,
right.
That's where our friendship started. And what's funny is Katie was engaged to be married. And she, I'll just put it like this. I'm not going to use names or anything.
I understand.
Somebody she knew well before me and had been very close friends with for a long time and was going to be in her party. Either way, long story short, she wasn't going to end up having a bachelorette party. Right. So we decided to do it for her. As a matter of fact, I think what we did was we combined it to a bachelorette and bachelor party for her and her fiance. The whole school came. We decorated the entire dojo, and that's where we held her bachelorette and bachelor party right there. So by that time, obviously, we were fairly close friends and, doing things like that together.
I also had wished that I could delete somebody from my wedding party and add Lisa to it. But I couldn't. It was too late.
She couldn't. Yeah, it was way too late by then. I did go to the wedding, though. And
of course you did.
It was a blast. It was a blast.
It was a good wedding.
It was a lot of fun. So that's kind of how our friendship started for those first few years. And to be honest with you, we have been through everything. We've been through marriages. We've been through children. We've been through death. We've been through life. We've been through new life and all of a bunch of different things that get thrown at you throughout the years. And you're all fully aware of it, probably.
And I think the one important thing is maintaining a friendship this long is you suspend judgment. Lisa or I may do things that we don't agree with, and I'll tell her I don't agree with it, but I'm still going to support her. And I know probably Lisa has judged me far more in things that I've done. She's still my friend.
Those are for later episodes.
Yeah. Or no episodes.
We might not go into a ton of detail, but
Right.
we've got some stories.
32 years worth of stories.
32 years worth of stories. And so I would love if you'd like to comment or, let us know. Do you have a friend who you have maintained a very strong friendship with through thick and thin? Through the ups and downs of everyday life? Do you have friends like that? Are you interested in having a friend like that? Have you had friendships that have fallen apart after a long time? That can be very devastating, especially when you're friends with somebody for a long time. It's like losing a part of your life, right? And so comment below, let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you have any questions and see, let us just know how it's been for you.
Or maybe you're having a friendship where you feel it's one-sided. Those are some of the most difficult friendships to navigate, because I know if I call Lisa or she calls me, sometimes our conversations are completely one-sided, but that's par for the course. So if there's a friendship that you feel comfortable saying, hey, I feel like whenever I call you, it's all about you. You never ask about me. You never do this. If there's a friendship you want to hang on to, those are things you need to be honest about, because that friendship will continue to be one-sided until it wears you out. I've had quite a few friends where that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, I have probably 2 friends, and I'm 51 years old. And those are the 2 friends, obviously Lisa being number 1, that I know I can reach out, non-judgmental, will tell me the truth, and bully me if I need to be bullied.
I 100% bully her all the time, just so you know. Just as a disclaimer, real quickly.
Yes.
Though, we're not counselors.
Nope.
We're not advisors.
Nope.
We're not psychologists or anything like that. But what we are is 2 friends who have maintained a friendship for 32 years. And who knows?
Lisa does think she's a doctor, just saying.
Sometimes I do. But besides that, so, we just want to share our journey with everyone, because we understand that, well, maybe not understand, we think that what we have is special. We think that our friendship is special. And honestly, part of that comes from just not knowing others who have had a friendship for this long. I do know there is a member of my family who has a friend, and they've been friends for at least 15 years. And I feel like they're the younger version of us, is what they are. I don't want to say names.
Oh, sorry, no names.
My niece and her friend.
Oh, okay. And I will say my daughter, who obviously has observed our friendship, she's 25, longs for a friendship like ours. Definitely. And I think a lot of people do, just because it's just easy. It gets to a place where
is really
it gets to
easy.
a place where, hey, if I want to go on a weekend trip, could I spend a whole week with Lisa and not be annoyed? Absolutely. And even if I was annoyed, I would tell her. And we have.
That's right.
We have gone.
100%. Recently, as a matter of fact.
Yep. I mean, for like a week at a time.
Yep. It's funny because as you do go through life, we used to take a trip every single year in the summer. And there's just some years over the last 10 or so, we haven't been able to do it.
Especially with COVID and all that stuff.
Yeah. Then that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But we haven't been able to take our yearly trips. And so something we miss for sure. And we're going to try to get back to that. We did take a weekend recently, but that was the first time in, I can't even tell you how many years. Don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Probably since going out north. Remember that beach was all like taken away by the water.
Yeah, we're big fans of the beach. Yeah. But what we want to do,
and that's why we both have had skin cancer.
That's right. Use your SPFs.
There's our first commercial. Use your SPF.
Use your SPFs. That's from back in the day when there wasn't really SPF.
Right.
Right. You actually would lay outside with baby oil on you and, that kind of thing. So, what do we hope to gain from this channel? Well, you know what? We might gain insight still into our friendship. as we talk about the things that we've been through for the last 32 years,
Probably,
I'm
for sure.
I'm sure we're going to remember things through these conversations that we forgot even happened in our lives. So we're looking to be able to share our story with you, and we hope that you will share your stories with us.
And it's not just going to be all fun and games. It's going to be serious things that we've gone through, things that maybe irritated each other, hard times.
Really hard times.
It was not always fun and games, la, la, la. After 32 years, obviously, anybody in life has gone through hard times through that time. But for us to still be sitting here speaking or remembering is an accomplishment. It's kind of like a marriage in a weird sort of way. I remember at one point, and this will come later, Lisa was going to take a job in Las Vegas. And I remember...
I forgot. See, there we are.
I remember, now I had my children. I was married at the time. I remember going in my bathroom.
I mean, you're still married.
Oh, yeah, I'm still married. But I remember going to the bathroom, shutting the door with the light off, bawling my eyes out. And the kids were like, what's going on? I'm like, my best friend's leaving me. It was devastating to me. I mean, I'm not unhappy that didn't work out, but it worked out for the best for her, obviously. But, it's things like that where it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? This was well before Facebook and social media and FaceTime. It was like, oh, like I'm going to have to go visit you in Vegas, things like that. So like I said, it hasn't always been, there's ups and downs, which I think the downs are really the things that you have to work on if there's a friendship you really want to hang on to. And being honest is really important, which isn't always easy to do.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to do, but important in any relationship, especially because I feel like women need women. Women need to have women friendships. It's very important. And I think a lot of us, maybe especially at our age or even younger, they just don't hang on to friendships. Like, it's difficult.
Yeah.
And people let go for the stupidest stuff. Like, oh my God, she did this, that, and the other. It's like, yeah, you got to let that go.
Yeah. Some things just are not worth ruining a friendship over.
Right.
Right. And I think,
especially if it can be solved with honesty and communication.
But a lot of times you don't know that at the beginning, right? You don't know that. You might not know someone well enough to where, you feel like you can be that honest with them,
right?
So, but those are all things that we've learned along the way, and that we hope you will share with us if you have stories, if you have questions about how did we maintain this. And, later on, we're going to get into, we'll get into a lot of stories. Like Katie said, some good, some bad, some ugly. And, but we're still sitting here today and we're doing this.
Exactly. And there are times when I've been upset with Lisa, but maybe it's not the right time to tell her or not a good time, but I always would get around to telling her because because sometimes you have to accept somebody for who they are and what they do because you want to maintain this friendship. And sometimes that's what you have to do, not just with friends, but with family. I mean, unless it's toxic, obviously, you wouldn't want to do that. But if it's not a toxic relationship, those are the things that are important. You have to decide, is this worth me keeping the relationship? Is it good for me? Is it toxic for me or isn't? Because that's a question that you're not going to know right away.
Yeah. Those things take time. I think too, nowadays, maybe having toxic relationships is talked about more.
Yeah.
Right? It's talked about more. And the signs, I think, are talked about more and things like that. So I think it's more easily identifiable if you are in a toxic relationship. But like Katie said, a relationship that's always just one-sided and it's never about you, it's always about someone else, then you might want to reconsider things. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, but you know what? Maybe it just takes that conversation.
Right.
And that friendship could still go strong. Exactly. So I think we're going to wrap up our first video. Thanks for joining us. Like and subscribe, do all the YouTube things, comment below, share your stories with us. We're going to continue to share ours and
ask questions. We're pretty open.
Yeah. And then if this goes, if we get a lot of people interested in continuing to chat with us and kind of go through this journey as we share our journey with you, maybe we'll see what other kind of things we can have coming up in the future. But for now, this is our first introductory video. Thank you for watching and look forward to a lot more interesting stuff to come.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.